Today we are gonna taste the 10 wines, all from Burgundy.
That's for $20. That $40 wine before it provides beautiful drinking. But this is better.
Now run to wine stores. It's time to run. Wine number 6.
I thought this was a different vintage. This was the one that was slightly savory, slightly green. This one also had a hint of TCA, which wasn't there immediately. Then I went back and sniffed it a second time, and now for sure.
Yeah, now for sure.
And so I thought this was the faulty bottle. This is faulty because of TCA. It's just a pity that it's faulty.
For me, the underlying wine, it shows a excellent quality.
It's my second lowest score.
It was one of the highest score for me.
Oh, really? Do you like faulty wine?
Except for that faulty TCA characteristic, but the underlying characteristics,
I agree.
loved it.
I agree. It's very nice.
Yeah, but it's a faulty wine. Shame. So shall we see what it is?
We should indeed.
What is it? Oh,
Grand Cru.
this is the wine with the problem.
Really?
Yeah,
And it's Grand Cru.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. That one needs to go back.
yeah. Joseph Drouin, Claude Vougeot, Grand Cru, 2013. It's $200.
200, yeah. No. That needs to go back, Jay. They're going to give you a hard time to take it back, but take back the bottle and it's corked, along with all the other problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a pity. I mean, we just had a Joseph Drouin wine. We thought there was a problem right up front. We knew there was potentially a problem. It's amazing how it's always the expensive one, right? The one we really want to drink. Jay.
I haven't done it intentionally.
What can I say? What can I say?
Wine number 7?
The nose is very quiet. The color's kind of quite similar. Immediately again, minerally, balanced, but not very complex. I thought it was delightful, entry-level wine. Quite immediate, not that complex. I thought it might be a different vintage. It's my third lowest score. But unlike the other one, I do want to drink this.
Okay. For me, this is one of the oakest wine.
Oakiest.
Yeah. I also think it's an entry-level wine.
Yeah, I think it's an entry-level wine. I like the wine a lot, but happy for it to be Bourgogne Rouge, 17.
Okay, not $17. But
No, 17 vintage. It
okay.
could be 18, but maybe the 17. I thought it was maybe a different vintage.
Wine number 7. Oh, the bottle is so heavy, so it
So
must
it's
be
probably expensive.
from this winery. Lucien Lemoine, Bourgogne Rouge, 2017.
I thought so.
It's a Bourgogne Rouge, but the price, it's $60.
Yeah, he's full of shit. I didn't say that, but he is.
I told you, they paid too much for the bottle.
Full of shit.
Yeah, the bottle must be $40.
The bottle is much more than $40. To make the bottle ruins the planet. To ship the bottle ruins the planet.
And buying the bottle
Buying the bottle ruins the wallet.
ruins the wallet.
I'm not impressed with Lucien Lemoine. I mean, the wines are fine, the prices are outrageous, and the packaging is ridiculous. You make very nice wine, not good enough for the money, and the packaging is outrageous. Lucien, are you listening? And it's Lucien Lemoine, less, right?
Yeah, right.
Isn't moine less?
One less.
Moine means less, right?
Yeah, right.
So this is Lucien Lemoine, too much. Too much price, too much glass, too much carbon. No.
No. So I got ripped off by...
No, you didn't get ripped off.
No?
The wines are not a rip-off, but they're not great value.
No.
Yeah.
It's quite rare to see decently priced wine from heavy bottles.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. They make up for the lack of weight in the wine by the weight in the bottle. No gravitas in the wine, stick the gravitas in the bottle.
Oh, yeah. But it isn't the same with the people. I weigh more than most of you, but I'm still fine.
No, that's okay, but that's not the same with most people. That's just a Jay thing. He's supersized, but also super smart, super delicate, super intelligent,
Thank you. I love you, Peter.
which is rare.
Which is rare.
Yeah, you have a big carbon footprint. Look at the wine and the food that we eat and the homes that we live in. And
Okay, let's go to the
Yeah,
next
let's
wine.
move on.
Wine number 8.
there was a toss-up between entry level and one step above entry level. Minerally, easy entry. There was some authority there. Medium length of finish. It was a toss-up for me. In the end, I went for entry level, but very good entry level back to 2018.
I really like the structure, and it's firm and it's still closed. Now I think it tastes simpler. You are too influential to me.
I don't mean to be for sure. And you know, I'm not always right.
Nobody is, but wine number 8. Faiveley Bourgogne Rouge 2018. It's a $23. I love this for $23.
I'm glad you loved that for $23. There was one for, what was $20 was the
Louis Jadot Bourgogne Rouge.
Louis Jadot Bourgogne Rouge. This is sort of cleaner, more direct, Faiveley, than that. Beautiful value.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful value. Man, I could drink that. I think it's fantastic value for 23.
Yeah, beautiful value. Beautiful wine.
Yeah.
This is really impressive because Louis Jadot and Faiveley are one of the biggest.
Very big names.
Yeah.
So they have access to lots of fruit. That's also quite a heavy bottle, right?
This one is much lighter than.
Oh yeah. No, we're not going there. Yeah. Very, very nice. Great price. Great price.
Great price, impressive.
Yeah.
So now we have all 5 entry-level wine.
Yeah. No, as I said, I thought the last 2 were higher level. As I said to you right at the beginning,
Yeah, right.
they both had power and palate authority, and there was only a few things that I was sure of, and that was that these 2 were at a higher level.
So wine number 9.
Very complex. I found wine number 9 a little breathless, slightly reduced. But then the palate was very complex, very powerful, commanding, good acid, good balance. I thought it was a higher appellation. I'm very impressed by the overall structure of the wine, but I do not think it's a great wine.
It carries really good fruit,
Yeah.
but for me it's a little bit covered by too much oak.
I was not perfectly happy with the winemaking. I just felt that more value, more excitement could have been taken from that same fruit. It's a feeling, I might be wrong. I'm a novice. I mean, I can't go tell the experts like this.
Oh,
how
you
to make
look
wine.
like a novice.
And trust me, in tasting, these guys might be making wine every year and all the rest of it, but I taste a lot of wine. You know,
Yeah.
so
Extremely experienced novice.
that's exactly right. Extremely experienced amateur.
Right. Sounds fresh. Shall we see what it is?
For sure, it's a higher level.
Okay, wine number 9. Faiveley Gevrey Chambertin Premier Cru Lavaux Saint-Jacques 2018. It's $120.
What was the price?
$120.
I'm not happy with the wine because of the fact that it showed its pedigree. And Faiveley is a great producer. We just saw for their $23 wine. But this wine, it's reduced. At least to me, it's reduced. I'll drink some later.
When it's slightly reduced, what kind of characteristics does it show?
Reduced means not sufficient air. When you aerate the wine, it goes away. But it's got a kind of breathless character, like dried meat.
Like dried meat.
There's a sort of breathless character. Like it's going, because it's reduced. That's why it's trying to breathe. The nose is not forthcoming at all. A reduction will probably pass with time, with aeration. If we decant this wine, maybe it will overcome it. But they didn't cover themselves with glory here. Whereas they covered themselves with glory at $23, for $123 or $120, they didn't cover themselves with glory.
No. Then the last wine.
The last one. Again, I thought this was for sure a higher appellation. I love the wine. Very cherry fruit. Powerful palate authority, very minerally, and some shoulders. And I loved it. Yeah. My highest score.
It feels like a model of a Burgundy wine for me, like a good example. It has very nice fruit in it, but it's not super expensive yet.
It's got shoulders, it's got some tannin.
This one is very tannic for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it very tannic, but I find it's not tannic in a negative sense.
No.
It's tannic in a sense you need to understand the wine. And, that means that it needs a little time to develop the bouquet. This is a wine that needs a couple more years. I thought it was also 2018.
So shall we see the bottle?
Let's see it.
Domaine AF Gros, Chambol Musigny, 2018. And it's $100.
Yeah, it's beautiful wine.
It's beautiful wine.
Absolutely beautiful wine.
Yeah.
But that's a simple village wine, okay? So, well, not simple, but it's village. But it's a pretty good village.
Yeah. We are quite satisfied with entry wines.
I thought it was a magnificent tasting.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one wine that was out of condition, which is the most expensive wine.
Yep.
Isn't it amazing that that's the case?
But it's always like that. Last time it was a Chateau Margaux, and this time it's $200 Joseph Drouin, Clos de Vougeot, Grand Cru. This is the only Grand Cru here. For more expensive wines, this Louis Jadot Bon Clos des Ursules was great.
Yeah.
$80, but it was great. And then we are satisfied with the quality of this Domaine AF Gros Chambol Musigny
Absolutely.
2018.
To me, that was just by a whisker the best wine in the tasting.
These two are really great for the wines from higher appellations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And as entry wines, Louis Jadot Bourgogne Rouge, $20.
And the Favely for 23.
Yeah. Joseph Fevlet Bourgogne Rouge, Bourgogne Pinot Noir for $23. This one is really great.
There's 4 wines that represent very good value.
Yeah. Price performance is great
Yeah.
on these 4 wines.
Yeah. So you know what I'm going to do now?
Yeah?
I'm going to go and ask Valerie to open a Burgundy. Since we've been drinking Burgundy.
Yeah.
And you and I will play with it.
Okay.
Works for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Works for me.
Okay.
I never say no. All right.
Okay. One is Burgundy. So you have to tell me which is Burgundy.
Left one's color, it's as light as the other Burgundy wines. It's very brightly ruby. Left one is Burgundy.
Do you like it?
I didn't like the nose that much, but the palate, I love it.
What's wrong with the nose?
The nose smelled not very clean, but in the palate, it's super clean.
Yeah.
So that contrast surprises me.
It's also a little bit dusty. Yeah.
Yeah, on the nose I thought it was slightly reduced, but in the mouth, in the palate, not at all. It's very focused, clean, and with lots of fruit, fresh fruit, raspberry, strawberry. Shows really fresh fruit and pure fruit, but it's not very complex. So I think it's very well made entry-level Burgundy.
$17. Entry-level Bourgogne Rouge.
But this one is much better than the $60 one, Lucien Lemoine, for me.
And I think one of the reasons that you find it a little, it's very young.
It's very young.
I think 19 is probably a better vintage than 18. Almost sure of it.
Are you sure with the price? $17?
And this is very good for $17.99.
Yeah, this is very good for $17.99. Vieille Vigne, Bourgogne, Chaume Ronde, Dangean Berthoud.
이럴 땐 이 와인 네이버 밴드로 놀러 오시면 와인을 잘 몰라도 편하고 싸게 사실 수 있도록 제가 많이 도와드립니다. 다들 만족하시고 좋아하시더라고요.